Metal Radio Show.
Hey, you remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about, Ozzy being diagnosed with Parkinson's. We were wondering how long he's had Parkinson's. Well, he's revealed that he's had the disease since at least 2003. So I want everyone right now to stop whatever you're doing, close your eyes, and think back to all the Ozzy jokes you've ever made in your life. Think back real hard to each memory of each joke and each amazing impersonation that you've done of Ozzy calling out Sharon's name. Lean forward while you're thinking about that and punch yourself right in the...
I'm not going to do it.
You're gonna
I don't have to lean forward to do that.
I've been beating my dick all day. I'm just letting you know that.
I've done it 3 times already. I think some bitch is going to fall off and do it one more time.
I feel like shit, man. I mean, it's amazing, first of all, that he doesn't seem to be declining.
He was still doing a TV show in 2003.
Yeah.
Well,
that's brave.
There's
man.
a lot of editing going on, obviously.
Well,
even at that level.
But still.
Yeah. But it's not like, it's not like you can tell. You just think, I mean, for years, we all just thought, oh, well, that's just him,
Well, I wasn't suspecting
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's in 2003.
No.
Just drug-related,
I wouldn't,
whatever, but...
I wasn't suspecting
we all
that.
made fun of him even before 2003.
So I wasn't seeing any of the symptoms, the shaking or any of that stuff. And back then, that
you
would have been
can
something.
look back then, you can remember, you can see it. You can tell there was something going on because he was always a little like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's been getting around on his feet the whole time. It hasn't been deteriorating his whole body like it did my father. So been doing quite well with it. So
that's not really funny though.
No.
I was hoping that you'd say something funny out of that, and it just got sad and dour.
yes.
Donkey dicks.
There we go. Thank you. Somebody in here cares.
All right, that's it. I'm leaving now.
Our favorite comedian, Brian Posehn, has a new album coming out today. It's called Grandpa Metal, and it features a rat-infested shit ton of badasses, including, Scott Ian, Scott's wife Pearl, Pearl Ade. I don't know if you know, she's a pretty badass musician on her own. Steve Zetro Souza and Gary Holt from Exodus. Alex Skolnick and Chuck Billy of Testament. Brendan Small of Death Clock. Phil Demo. Phil Demo used to be with Machine Head for a long time. He's with Violence now. And even Weird Al Yankovic.
No way.
Dude, everybody's on this album. It's amazing. And he said he got you've heard his music before. He had that song several years ago, I'm More Metal Than You, talking about the nature of metalheads and how we are in competition with one another. Well, this one is inspired by him hanging out with Scott Ian and noticing that Scott's like all of us other old jackasses, where we just like our old music. We don't like any of the new stuff. And so the whole album is pretty
new stuff.
Yeah, we do. We actually
try.
But apparently Scott, according to Brian, Scott's not trying. Scott has a great sense of humor, so he plays along the whole album. And so it's good. Go check it out. Brian Posehn's Grandpa Metal. I'd play some, but I think we got to get our producer to get on that.
Hey, Michael, get off the... Come on. He's not waiting.
He's still between the cushions.
He's not getting up.
British... I don't know.
What was that?
Are
you sure?
Sounds
like what shit my dad used to do. He used to sit there and go... I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You having a stroke?
You smell burnt toast?
What the hell's going on?
British grindcore pioneers. That's what I'm trying to say.
No wonder you fucked up so much, Dave.
Not the same letter twice, but whatever.
Did you say grind porn?
Was that an upside down Batman logo in the middle of that? What the hell? What kind of language was
British grindcore. Pioneers, Napalm Death.
Oh, there you go.
There it is. Are releasing an album very soon. They've just released a single from it. It's as unusual sounding as you might expect. I've been a fan of these guys since like 1989, and there's a lot of bands out there.
Since when?
You know what you're getting, like when you get a Cannibal Corpse disc, you know what that's going to be disc. Did you get a Cannibal?
Hey, listen to the metal. You get the new 45.
They get the new 8-track. It's got 16 tracks on it.
One for your right ear, one for your left ear.
Some bitch is good.
Anyway, like Lamb of God, you know what you're getting every time, and it can be a little mind-numbing if you're hoping for something new. You're always going to get something new and weird with Napalm Death. So I don't know. It surprised me with this track. This is going to be their 17th album, I think.
Is that all?
Nielsen has listed them as the 7th best-selling death metal band in the U.S.
What?
Napalm Death.
What number?
At
Seven. Number seven.
I'm not really surprised with it.
I mean,
I wouldn't call them death. I wouldn't call them death metal, honestly.
I mean, after 3, I mean, I'm sure the decline is quite.
Shut up. You shut up. Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear you. Next story.
I gotta sell something with you. What's that from?
Seinfeld.
You got it.
Yeah. That's also something from the 90s. See? Young people are not going to listen to our show.
They're like, what the hell is that?
First of all, young people don't listen to radio, period. Nobody's going to tune into this.
Yeah.
We have to have a person in the other room hitting a button to prevent us from getting fined. That's like they don't have to deal with that. They listen to streaming stuff. What are you drinking?
God damn. I think it's Scott's piss.
I thought it was a Java Monster for a minute there, but it's a camouflage.
I didn't know that still exists.
Oh, that's yeah.
That's leftover from.
That's leftover for some visitors.
That's from the deer camp.
Holy
My
shit.
God. The deer camp.
You sure you were supposed to open that? That's like some vintage toy.
You could smell it in the whole room.
You know what? I'm gonna try and mean one more sip just to see if I was imagining something. Oh, it's just as bad.
Is it everything you remembered it to be?
Yeah, it's still the national beer.
It's still terrible.
I don't remember anything all of a sudden. Oh my God, that is.
Well, you better get used to it because it ain't. That's gonna be all that's flowing next week.
Ain't gonna
Is it?
drink itself.
Oh my God, no! I think it's Coors Light.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Coors Light.
Next week we've got a special. Some old friends of ours are going to be here, and they're going to bring the hillbillies with them.
Holy shit!
They'll all be fucking near water. Coors Light, please.
Hold on, I gotta go watch this out real quick.
And people say this old folks don't like the new stuff, but I beg to differ. I mean, on this show
I kind of do.
We dig into new stuff constantly. There's a band. It's not really a new band, but it's new every time they release something else because they started out like 12, 13 years ago as a hardcore punk rock band. And now they've done everything, industrial, grind, experimental, whatever. They're called Code Orange, and you've probably heard of them if you're under our age. But if you're our age or older...
What is our age?
70s, 80s.
We look pretty good for our age, you gotta admit. Oh, here goes a tooth.
Poor pickle. Code Orange is constantly trying new stuff, and it's fun to watch them piss their fans off. Because their fans
changing all the time.
Yes, these fans get they get a certain sound that they want out of them, and they piss them off by coming out with something new. So they just came out with a new album, and
they're good at what they do, man.
They are.
It's always a fresh audience.
The thing with them is that they're not just experimenting for the sake of experimentation. They're actually putting feelings into everything they do, and they're good at it.
To me, that's awesome.
It is awesome when they express.
That's badass to be able to do it as musicians. To pull that off and do it well.
Well, they're entertaining everyone.
Yeah, and Testament also.
It's because I thought Testament did what they did very well.
They did perfectly, but that emotional hook is hard to get to.
What the hell is this? But Metallica, what they did was fucking robbery.
Yeah.
What they did is they did rock bad.
They might as well becoming a Christian metal band.
Rock bad, me bad. Yeah. No, but I'm serious. I mean, Metallica was such a good metal band, and when they went and did rock, it's all of a sudden it wasn't like it was good rock, you know?
Right.
No.
I mean, if they would have did something that was like badass, you'd be like, God damn, fucking A, you know?
So you're saying they sold out?
Well, I don't know, like Foo Fighters, you can listen to Foo Fighters all day and appreciate the shit out of that. That's never metal in a million years.
Right.
But it's badass. You know, it's good at what it is.
Yeah.
They're trying to be something that it's not.
That it's not. And Metallica came across
just for the sake of being different or whatever.
Well,
what is this?
This is what's magical about this band is they're never trying to be anything.
Right.
They always are just whatever it is they're doing.
That's what's awesome.
It's really amazing.
And now we're going to get some more letters about Metallica from their lawyers, and I apologize.
I don't like everything Code Orange does, which is actually why I like them so much. Is because I don't expect to like everything they do, but they do everything they do well. So they have a new album called, let me see, I don't know. It's written down here somewhere.
That's a hell of a way to introduce
Yeah.
that, Dave.
Well, they're it's not the old days of payola. They're not paying for this bump.
That's right. So
So fuck 'em, yeah.
that's it. Okay,
It's
they
called-
got a new thing. Check it out
It's called
on your
beneath.
own time, but not on my time.
It's called beneath. Where's it? Underneath. I don't know.
Beneath, underneath,
Underneath, beneath,
Below.
underneath the beneath.
from under.
Do you rehearse at all?
Are you kidding me?
I've had this script for a week. What are you doing?
And he's driving the damn
Maybe it's
car.
bequeath. It's bequeath.
Bequeath.
You want to hear one?
I think that's it.
Here's the thing.
Let's do it.
I want to play a song for you. This is off their new album from
Got it.
2020, Underneath or whatever it's called.
Beneath.
The music video is even badass on this, and it's not like standard what you'd expect out of metal. In fact, when it starts off, the song starts off, it's not metal at all. It's not until a minute or two in that it turns into fucking solid, something solid that I want to listen to, and I can't turn it off after that. This is called.
Fantastic. Let's hear it.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
watch it.
I dare you to play it.
Let's watch it.
Oh, you dare
Let's
me!
watch it while,
dare you,
let's
Joe
watch
Bear.
it while we listen
This
to
is
it.
Code Orange swallowing the rabbit hole.
Oh my.
This is the Greggo Radio Show.